afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the 999 show. We are the British Transport Police, and today we've got a bit of a situation going on. Every day this week, bad boy Billy and his gang have been causing a nuisance at Eastbourne train station car park. Normally it's just Billy and a few of his friends, but today he seems to have brought his whole gang. So the staff have called the police, and some local response officers are going to come in and try and speak to Billy and see whether they can calm them down and disperse them. So they're going to go over, speak to Billy, because he appears to be the ringleader, and see what his plans are for the day. And hopefully they can make him go home. As you can see, he's being egged on by his gang, and that's why he's super tough and strong today. As you can see, Billy doesn't appear to be wanting to play ball today. Now, there were reports that Billy and his gang possibly have got some bricks. There you go. Today we're using tennis balls instead of bricks for the scenario. So now they've been throwing missiles at the officers. Now, due to the numbers, these officers are not equipped to deal with Billy and his gang, especially as they've now started throwing missiles at the officers. So they're now retreating. And obviously Billy's getting the support of his gang today. Now, due to the numbers and the use of weapons and missiles, the beat officers have now called for the public support unit, the PSU. As you can see, the public support unit, they're in the riot van, and the officers are equipped to deal with situations like that. As you can see, they're having missiles thrown at the van. It doesn't appear that Billy and his gang are worried about the riot van turning up. Still throwing missiles at the van. Now, our public order officers go through specific training, so they are equipped to deal with this. We get used all around the country. We are a nationwide force, so we get used for football matches, escorting football fans around. We also support local police forces with large-scale riots. Now, the sergeant has got out of the public... So he's got out the riot van, and he's approaching Billy to see if he can calm Billy down. As you can see, Billy's getting full support from his gang. They're egging him on. Billy doesn't appear to want to stop and go home today. Now, the sergeant is using what we call his tactical communication, so we will try and speak to anybody causing a disturbance or a protest. As you can see, Billy doesn't appear to be stopping. And Billy's now been handed a weapon. Now, 2 or 3 of his gang have also got weapons, and they've now passed one to Billy. Now, because of this, the sergeant is now going to retreat, and he will get the rest of his cereal. Now, they would be equipped with their shields, and hopefully they can go in and deal with Billy and disperse him. As I said, we get used all around the country for every situation, for early morning, like rapid door entries, because the officers have had the training for that, so they'll go into addresses and make arrests of violent criminals. And we also get used on a weekly basis for football fans, large-scale, high-risk matches. As you can see, the public order officers are now coming out. They've got their 6-foot shields, and as you can see, Billy and his gang are throwing missiles at the officers. We'll just pretend that they're bricks and the usual missiles that we get thrown at today, but today it's tennis balls. Now, the sergeant is in charge of his cereal, so he's got the short shield. He'll be behind the row of officers who've got the 6-foot perspex shields. Now, as you can see, Billy and his gang, they're attacking the officers with their bats and throwing missiles at them. Now the officer's doing what's called short advances, so they will pulse forward to try and disperse the gang, and if need be, if they come under heavy attack, they'll then withdraw. Now this is all under the guidance of the sergeant who stood behind them, because he then gets the cover from his serial in front with the 6-foot shield. Now they can stand there all day hitting these shields. Our officers have been trained to do this and we're used to it. When we attended London, during the London riots, we came under attack for a couple of days and we were stood there for sort of 10, 12 hours at a time with petrol bombs and that being thrown at us. So Billy and his gang can bash away all day but they won't get through. Once again, the sergeants ordered them to do a short advance with their shields, try and disperse the gang. And we will do this as much as it takes, and we'll do different tactics. As you can see, Billy will just keep bashing away that shield, but he won't get through it. And once again, because they've come under attack, the sergeant is withdrawing his serial.